What's up, Eagles Nation? This is Steve Hyder here with Gate City Sports Channel. It's football Sunday. We got the Eagles and the Detroit Lions playing at the Link today. Lots of big things. Let's talk about this game because I'm going to be honest with you. This is a game we cannot go in overhyped about. This is a trap game. We've got to be careful. All right, let's jump into the game preview.
Second down and goal. They're looking for Bowden. He's coming. They come back the
Okay, guys, Detroit versus Philly. 16-15-2 in favor of Philly in the all-time series. Yes, if y'all looking at me saying this dude looks different, yeah, man, the beard, I shaved the beard off. Bro, like my face looks like 7 pounds skinnier without that beard, which is weird. Normally, beards make your face look skinnier, but it's gone, guys. It's gone. Still the same guy. I'm still Steve. All right, let's get down to the basics here about why I call this a trap game. To begin with, Detroit's on a 2-game winning streak against the Eagles. Now, mind you, both of those games have taken place in Detroit the last 2 times. Okay, we are 2-3 in the last 5 against them, so we can't take this game lightly. In my opinion, Detroit has really capitalized upon opportunities in the last 2 times that they've played the Eagles. One time was the last year of Chip Kelly's tenure, which went really south in 2015. And then in 2016, which was the actual last time we played them, they caught Carson Wentz in his first game. They ended up pulling off a 1-point win. So they're good at taking advantage of the Eagles. Let's not make any mistakes here. The Eagles are walking in limped up and down a lot of playmakers. So there's opportunity here. We can't sleep on this game. I'm going to get into the particulars of the matchups and what we need to do to win this.
to get him into field goal range. Flags down again. And open is earned.
Okay. Eagles, offensive keys to victory against this Detroit Lions defense. To begin with, it's kind of hard to read this Detroit Lions defense. So, Detroit fans, get mad at me if you want. I'm just going to give you an honest assessment of what I see from your defense. And the first thing I'm going to say is you've really benefited from your competition. You caught a very nicked up Chargers team. You played a very bad Arizona team. And you're catching a very unhealthy Eagles team, very nicked up Eagles team. You've really benefited. So I'm going to be real with you. When you analyze your roster, this is what I see. I see 2 star players on your defense. Trey Flowers, Darius Slay. Everyone else is meh. A'Shawn Robinson, Damian Harris, Mike Daniels. Very good interior line. I'll give you that. You got a good interior line. These are big guys that need to be pushed off the ball. A'Shawn Robinson's like a 330-pound D tackle, guys. Don't sleep on him. Damian Harrison's a 350-pound. I think he was a rookie free agent, though. So this is a common theme with your defense. Nothing wrong with rookie free agents. Every now and then you find some diamonds in the rough there. But you can't rely on half your defense being rookie free agents. That's a recipe for disaster. Mike Daniels, a vet guy, came out of Green Bay. He's a Philly native. Like, he's a good ball player. He's a good guy to bring off as your third rotational dude. Linebackers are not very good for Detroit. I'm just going to be very plain with you, and we feel you because our linebacker play is not very good either. You do have one guy that has intrigued to me, which is Gerard Davis, the middle linebacker for you guys. 2017 first-round pick. Unfortunately, he's questionable, so we don't know the exact status of his game, if he's going to play, and even if he does play, how healthy he's going to be during that performance. Secondary is it's out there, guys. Darius Slay is star. It would behoove the Eagles to not try to throw Darius Slay if we can help it. Free safety, Tracy Walker. I think he's having a fairly good season so far. This is a young guy, 2018 third-round draft pick for the Lions. He's got 19 tackles on the season. He's got 2 successful pass defense plays. Like, I'm gonna give the guys credit. He's playing okay. Rashawn Melvin, guys, I don't know much about your team, but looking at it, he looks like your nickel corner. He is kind of questionable for this game as well. Decent ball player, but if he can't go, that means that Jamal Agnew is going to get a majority workload here, and this is a fifth round pick from 2017. My opinion, you'd be in a lot of trouble if that guy's got to go, even though we have a very depleted wide receiver core. Here's my overall sense of Detroit. It lacks talent on the defensive side of the football. It has a lot of lower draft picks and rookie free agent signings playing for them. You can have one or two of those rookie free agents. They can be diamonds in the rough and turn out to be Pro Bowl level players. You can't have 50% of your team like that. That doesn't work. Defensive statistics, they can get a little confusing, and they can make you think that Detroit is very good because their total yards, they're in the back end of the NFL at 26. But points per game, which in my opinion is the only stat that matters in the NFL, they're 11th in the league, which is they're in the upper half. Passing yards per game, they're 24th. Rushing yards per game, they're 21st. I think it has a lot to do with competition. I'm gonna put it out there. You're not that good. Your stats look a lot better than what you actually are. Keys to the game for the Eagles. I think they're easy. Number one, listen to me, Doug Peterson. If you want to keep your damn job, and it's hard to say for a guy who just won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and I'm talking about like you're going to lose your job this year, but if you want to be a long tenured coach for the Philadelphia Eagles like Andy Reid was, you better learn how to run the ball. I'm just going to tell you the truth. We've got to run the ball in this team. There's just no other way around this. We lack playmakers on the outside right now due to injury. So we need to bring that front seven up around the line of scrimmage. We need to make sure we can get 8 men in the box trying to stop the run. So we can do that. Then Arcega-Whiteside, Mac Hollins, Zach Ertz, Greg Ward Jr., like a lot of these guys we have kind of coming into play reps this game, Nelson Aguilar, they can break free and they can make plays. So we've got to run the ball. When our offense lines up against their defense, we've got to be able to run the ball. Second key to victory, we've got to attack the middle of the field. Outside of Darius Slay, I have confidence they can stop anything. I'm just going to be honest. I'll take Zach Ertz all day on anyone they're going to throw out there. Attack the middle of the field. Aguilar, Ertz, go for that middle of that defense and attack it. He's a game offensively for me. Also, hey, offensive line, can we keep Carson Wentz upright this game? Because outside of Trey Flowers, you're not facing a whole lot that you got to block. We've got to be smart this game from the offensive perspective, because I think Detroit's game plan is going to be quite obvious coming into this game. If I'm Detroit, my game plan is quite simple. Carson Wentz, this running game, and Mac Hollins and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside are going to have to win. They're going to have to win this game for you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to take Darius Slay and I'm going to put him on Nelson Aguilar all game if I'm Detroit. Then I'm going to blanket coverage over Zach Ertz. And your outside guys, Mac Hollins, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and then a slot guy, outside guy, and Greg Ward Jr. that are coming in, you're going to have to beat me. And you're going to have to beat me with the running game. You're going to have to show me that our shitty run defense can't stop your the Eagles' shitty running offense. It's just the truth. That's what I would do if I was Detroit. That's what I expect Detroit to do to us. So we're going to need to actually be able to run the ball, and we're going to need to have these guys win a couple of matchups there. They just got to win a couple of times. And then that middle of that field should start opening up for Zach Ertz, should start opening up for Nelson Aguilar, Greg Ward Jr. Okay? We just need J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Mac Hollins to win a handful of times, and it's going to open up this game. We just need the running game to, at least get us 75 yards this game. If they can get us 3 to 4 yards average per carry, I think we're going to be okay.
Jim Caldwell cleaned that up with the Lions, and they went 11-5, went to the playoffs.
Exactly right. Ball is loose. And let's see, it looked like original.
Okay, guys, keys to victory for our defense against that Detroit Lions offense. And make no mistakes. As bad as I think Detroit's defense is and as overrated as it is, because it's just been playing really bad competition and it's just been getting really lucky breaks, that offense, that passing offense is serious. We've got to pay attention to that. They have plenty of weapons to come at us with. Kenny Golladay, Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones Jr., TJ Hockenson, Jesse James. Like, this team can spread the ball around and it can catch us off guard. I think it identified itself. It had a problem with its running game, and it let C.J. Anderson go. I thought it was a little early to let C.J. Anderson go personally, but I'm not a Detroit fan, so I don't care. It looks like they were trying to really free up space in that running game. They have a really young guy. I mean, Johnson is their number one back, and they have a young guy in Ty Johnson coming behind him. There was a kid they drafted late in the draft this past year, but the kid's averaging like I want to say it was like something like 6 yards a carry, and he's only got like 6 carries, so bear that in mind. But I mean, the kid's flashing as maybe being a pretty good change of pace, second back for them. So I understand why they made the change. I just still think C.J. Anderson would have been useful in short yardage and goal line situations. I'm going to be honest with you. Our secondary better show up because this is why I'm saying don't sleep on this game and don't count Detroit out of winning this game. I think we're by far the more superior, talented team. I think you ask anyone in Detroit that has any kind of common sense, they're going to tell you the same. However, that offensive side is building something in Detroit. They got something going there on the offensive side of the football in Detroit. And the weakness of this entire Philadelphia Eagles team, outside of injuries, is the secondary. And they got good enough ball players. They have a good enough receiving corps to exploit that weakness. So, keys of the game. I'm not saying I think people are overstating. They don't understand the way that defenses work. And I'm not trying to be mean to any of y'all Eagle fans. I'm just telling y'all the truth. You got to understand something is that Barnett has the second most quarterback hits in the league. So saying that we're not getting pressure on the quarterback, you're wrong, dude. You're only looking at a single statistic, which is sacks. We haven't got there with sacks. We don't necessarily need to get there with sacks. We just need to pressure the quarterback. And my biggest key to the game is we've got to make Matthew Stafford rush his passes, rush his processing, looking and analyzing the defense, and make mistakes. Okay? Which means the back end has got to hold up so we can get pressure. We need Sidney Jones to keep playing well, okay? We're going to need Russell Douglas to play like he played last week, okay? And we need Ronald Darby, to play way better than he played last week. Something's not right with Darby in that knee. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is a game where I think if we end up losing this game, or even if we win this game, and our secondary, if it doesn't show up to play today, I highly suspect that Howie Roseman is going to go make a deal. And I think he doesn't have a choice but to really, really be aggressive and go after Jalen Ramsey. I think he put together a fair package for him, and I think you got to go above fair if our secondary doesn't show up. And I'm not saying we have to be all in on Jalen Ramsey. We can achieve this through other means, but clearly the secondary would have to be addressed. That's my keys defensively for the Eagles. Pressure on the quarterback, forced turnovers, secondary's got to show up for this game. Okay, Eagles Nation, that's all I got for y'all tonight, today, this morning, whatever you want to call it. Look, we got to play smart. We got to get pressure. All right, we got to run the ball, and we got to attack the middle of this defense. And Matt Collins and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside are going to have to win a handful of times on the outside. That's really how we beat this team. I don't think we're going to blow Detroit out. If we do blow Detroit out, hey, bro, I'll be up there celebrating like the rest of us. But I'm not expecting it. I'm expecting a fairly close game. Now, hey, if we had all of our weapons there, if we had Deshaun Jackson, we had Alshon Jeffrey, we had healthy Dallas Goedert, if all the weapons were there, sure, I think everyone knows this game's it's not even a 20 points. It's going to be so far away from them. But without those weapons, I'm not going to disrespect Detroit to that extent to say they can't make this competitive and they can't even walk away with a win, because it can happen. All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off here. Just got to ask y'all for a few things. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, y'all. I'm out. EAGLES. Let's kick that ass today, Eagles.